Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was looking into Athanasius. The main question I have is, well, he says that, and he claims that Jesus, well, not Jesus, but the Son is the word that comes from the Father. So it's the
Okay,
like the wisdom from the Father, right?
okay.
So when the word was in Jesus as
When the
incarnated
word
in
was
Jesus
in
Christ.
Jesus?
Sorry?
You mean when the word was in flesh? Is that what you mean?
No, no, when the word was flesh, and it's
Okay,
what
so
I'm
what
trying to
about
ask. So when it was flesh, was it dwelling at the same time as the soul of the humanity of Jesus? Like,
if you go to Chalcedonian Christology, the word took on a human soul as part of his human nature. So a rational human soul that united to his hypostasis, his divine person.
okay, so it was the word and the soul both
Yep.
in one.
The human soul that is essential to the human nature was assumed and taken to himself, united to the Logos. The Logos united to himself a human nature with a human will and a human soul, a rational soul. That's Chalcedonian Christology, which we subscribe to. Yeah.
Chalcedonian
Yeah.
Christology. Okay.
Eastern Orthodox Catholics accept this. So, yep. What about it?
Yeah, I mean that was kind of like the first question because I didn't get that through. It's very complicated to understand. I
It's very
needed.
complicated because the argument is what Jesus didn't assume, he did not save or restore or heal. So, if Jesus didn't assume a human soul, then he didn't redeem and
Mhm,
restore and heal human souls. That was the argument. So,
mhm,
for him to be truly human and to restore every essential aspect of human nature, he would have to take to himself a human soul, one divine person, hypostasis, that unites to himself a human soul that he heals, meaning because when he becomes human, it's to redeem, restore, and heal every essential part of humanity. That was the argument. But anyway, yeah, go ahead.
okay, okay. That actually helped to understand a little bit. And so in that case, during this time, was the word at
I
the
am, brother.
same time that it was in unity with the human soul that was in Jesus. At the same time, was it omniscient?
The human soul is part of the human nature with a human mind and a human will. How can a human mind be omniscient?
No, no, but not the part, not the human part. I'm talking about like the word.
The
Like,
soul is not a different person from the logos because then you're a Nestorian.
mhm,
If you say, was the human soul omniscient, you're making it a human person distinct from the logos. That's Nestorian heresy, buddy.
okay.
We don't compartmentalize the hypostatic union that way. He's one eternal, uncreated divine person, or the technical term hypostasis, that
Mhm.
unites to himself a human soul, human nature, a physical body, human mind.
Oh, okay.
Is the human soul omniscient? You're speaking as if he's two persons in one body. He's not two persons. That's a Nestorian heresy.
Okay. Okay. I can understand it, yes. So then when the flesh died, I'm guessing the word didn't die with it, but the
Because
soul.
that doesn't mean the secession of human existence. Even you, as a human
Mhm.
being, your flesh dies. Where's your soul?
Well, my soul remains.
Does it cease to be conscious?
I would say no.
You can't say yes because that's soul sleep. You don't believe that. Because if you believe that, then where are the saints? They're
Mm,
in heaven alive, but they don't have bodies. So Christ dying a human death, even if he was just human, he would still be alive in some sense because human beings, when they die, their human souls and spirits are still consciously alive.
mm. Okay, so the word united with the soul died in flesh but
Word
remained.
took to himself a human soul. So the word now possesses and has a human soul. So as a divine person, he lives a human life. And as a divine person, he has a human soul. So when his body dies, that divine person who united to himself took to himself that human soul that's still inseparable from the divine person. That
Mhm.
divine person, with his human soul, human spirit, goes to the realm of the dead. So the Logos is still to use the word attached to that body, because that
Mhm.
body in the tomb is still the body of the Logos, and it's still his body that he's sustaining as he goes to the netherworld with
Mhm.
that human soul and spirit that he now possesses and took to himself.
I did not possess and take them. Okay, so the human
You saw
soul.
Jesus in the netherworld, you would be
Mhm.
seeing a human spirit come down, right?
Right.
And that human spirit, that body is in the tomb. But that human spirit is the Logos who has that spirit, possesses that spirit, has united that spirit, took that spirit to himself. So the Logos comes down with that human spirit in the realm of the dead while still preserving that human body. And then when that human spirit leaves, enters the body, and the body's reanimated.
Mm. Okay. So the logos or the word took upon the spirit within himself, within itself.
Yes. So that is his human spirit, human soul,
Hmm. Okay. Mm.
right?
Wow, it's complicated.
You better believe it. What do you think? God's going to be easy to understand?
Yeah, you're absolutely
Talk
right.
about
Yeah.
calculus.
Well, in that case, I also have a question, another question, because well, in I think it was John 17, I think it was. I don't remember exact verse, but um, well, Athanasius says that the reason why Jesus claimed that the man or the Son of Man didn't know about the second coming was because, well, ignorance is a property from being
Yes.
human.
But it's that Logos who is ignorant as a man.
Mhm. Okay.
Understand? The word is ignorant as a man. The word dies as a man. But that's what Fearless was trying to tell you.
Mhm.
We can say God died, but in what sense? God died a human death because God died as a man. So we can say God died as a man. Notice as a man, because
Mm.
God as God, God as spirit, what's there to
Mhm.
die?
Right. True. So
So
the word experienced death through the flesh, but it didn't die.
you can say God died as a man.
Okay.
God died a human death.
Okay.
God, the Logos, right,
Mhm. Right.
exhibited ignorance as a man, if you want to go that route.
Okay. Okay. But the okay, that makes sense. So it experienced ignorance as a man while it was a man, but the logos did know, just not as a man.
So now think about it. If Christ is truly human, I'm going to give you an article that I appreciate your questions. You're thinking deep. And by the way,
Thank
if
you.
one of the best at this, one of the best. Now I know some one of my dearest brothers who's Catholic. There's some bad blood between them, but I
Hmm.
try to be fair and honest. One of the best at this metaphysically. If you want to go into the metaphysics of this, just
Okay.
ask him on the metaphysics of the Trinity. Jay Dyer is one of the best.
Jay Darius.
Yeah, on the metaphysics of the Trinity. So I say that because I know there are some Catholics that have a hard time because obviously, as an Eastern Orthodox, he doesn't like the Catholic Church, but that's how it is. It's life, brother.
Right.
All right,
Yeah.
but if you want to learn on the metaphysics of the Trinity, he's one of the best. Dr. Bo Branson, Eastern Orthodox, one of the best. So because pretty much we have the same understanding of the hypostatic union. But coming back to you, let me explain the incarnation. I'll give you an article on it that I
Okay.
wrote.
I
If
appreciate
Jesus
that.
truly became human, would he be truly human if he didn't sleep?
No, he wouldn't.
Would he be truly human if he didn't hunger?
No, he wouldn't. And he wouldn't be faking it either.
Yeah, because if then he's not truly human, then we're Gnostics, because that's what the Gnostics thought, that Christ being divine never became human.
Hmm.
Would he
True.
be truly human if he didn't grow?
No, he wouldn't.
Would he be truly human if he didn't start as an embryo in his holy mother's womb, and then that embryo developed into a baby and he was born?
He wouldn't, yeah.
Exactly. Would he be truly human if he knew everything from the time he came out of his mother?
No, he couldn't.
So this is the mystery. If he's truly human, how can he be omniscient if he's truly human?
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. And
But
then, yeah,
go ahead.
go
What's
ahead.
the end? Go ahead. What's the end part?
It was a different point from the resurrection because I had this doubt where if the word came back to the body because the word never died,
Yes.
then
Well, the
would
word never, so you got to be careful. He said came back to the body. That body was never apart from the word because the word was always preserving, sustaining the body in the tomb. So what comes
Hmm.
back in that body is the human spirit that the word attaches to himself, took to himself, entering the body to reanimate it.
Hmm. Okay.
Because the word as God is omnipresent. So how could the word not be present with that physical body that he took to himself to preserve it, while also in the underworld where his human spirit was?
Hmm.
So
True.
as the word, he's in heaven, he's on earth, he's in hell, he's everywhere.
Right. Omnipresence has to be. Was this all by the word, by the word's will, or was it, or
There
was it?
is no there is no act that
Mhm.
Jesus carries out that's not an act carried out by the Father and the Spirit. The Bible is clear. The Father acts and the Son acts and the Spirit acts. They act together inseparably, and this is called the perichoresis. So when you say the Word by himself, the Word never does anything by himself, but neither does the Father do anything by himself, neither does the Spirit. So if you're a Trinitarian and you believe in the Trinity and you have a proper understanding of the Trinity, the Father acts and the Son acts and the Spirit acts. They never act alone or apart from the others. When
Okay.
the Father raises the dead, the Son raises the dead, the Spirit raises the dead. So the only one who became flesh is Jesus, the Word. But the Bible says even that flesh body, the Father and the Spirit were present in and with that flesh body, working with Jesus.
Hmm.